Hi guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm going to be talking about Season 7 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, I've done reviews on all the other seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so if you haven't seen them yet and you want to, I'll put annotations to all those videos somewhere in this video. Also, if you haven't seen Season 7 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer yet, or any of the other seasons, stop watching the video now, go watch Season 7 and all the other seasons, they're on Netflix, and then come back. Or if you don't care about being spoiled, keep watching. So, like I do with all my Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, first I'll be talking about the new characters. Robin Wood, played by D.B. Woodside. Now Robin is the new principal of the rebuilt Sunnydale High School where Dawn is now going, and his mother was a slayer who got killed by a vampire, and when he finds out that vampire was Spike, he makes a plan with Giles to distract Buffy so that he can kill Spike, but the plan fails. He also forms a relationship with Faith. The potential Slayers, played by various actresses. They are girls with the potential of becoming the next Slayer, and in Season 7, Buffy has Willow activate all the potential Slayers, and the ones that go to Sunnydale are trained by Buffy to help her defeat the First Evil. The First Evil, played by a lot of different actors. The First Evil, also known as the First, appeared in Season 3 and is now the villain of Season 7. It can take the form of any past villain from any of the other seasons, and also the form of anyone who's died or been resurrected. Caleb, played by Nathan Fillion. Now Caleb is the First's right-hand man. He's killed a lot of potential Slayers, he blinds Xander in one eye, and then he's killed by Buffy. I really liked seeing Buffy train Dawn to fight vampires. I also thought it was really funny how the vampire said he was stuck in his grave, so Buffy had to help him by pulling him out. After what happened last season, I was glad that Willow was in England with Giles working on her magic. I could understand Buffy's concern about Dawn on her first day at the new Sunnydale High School. I mean, it's built right where the old Sunnydale High School was, right over the Hellmouth, and based on Buffy and her friends' experiences in high school, no good can come from that. You could really tell Buffy was concerned about Spike when she found him in the high school basement. It was a really cool scene when Spike was being taunted by the First in the form of all the previous season's villains in reverse order, and then in the form of Buffy. It was a big moment when Dawn told Spike that if he hurt Buffy, he was going to wake up on fire. Big change from last season when Dawn felt safe with Spike. But now that she knows that he tried to force himself on Buffy, that changed. It was a really funny scene when Nancy learned that Xander and Anya were together and then found out that Anya slept with Spike, and she already knew that Buffy was with Spike, and she asked if there's anybody here who hasn't slept together, and then Xander and Spike gave each other a look. It was a really emotional scene when Buffy found out that Spike got his soul back, and I felt really sorry for Spike during that scene. It was a really sad scene when Buffy, Dawn, and Xander are waiting at the airport for Willow, but they don't see her. And then the scene starts over and you see Willow get off the plane, but she doesn't see them. And then Willow goes to Buffy's house and no one's there, but she hears the front door close, but she doesn't see anyone. And then Buffy, Xander, and Dawn come home and no one's there, but they hear something upstairs, but they don't see anything. I like the scene when Willow went to see Spike and Buffy and Xander went to see Spike. And Willow, Buffy, and Xander can't see each other, but Spike can see them, and he realizes that they can't see each other. And Buffy and Xander hear Spike talking to Willow, but they think he's talking about Willow. I really like the scene when Anya told Willow that being a vengeance demon isn't as fun as it used to be, and Willow could relate to that because of her powers. It was a really great scene when Willow, Buffy, and Xander finally saw each other, and Buffy told Willow she was going to be okay, and Willow said she knew because they were there. It was a sweet and sad scene when Willow visited Tara's grave and said, "Hey, it's me." It was sad when Cassie was telling Buffy and Xander all the things that she wishes she can do in her life, but she knows that she's gonna die. I felt really bad for Buffy when after she saved Cassie, Cassie ended up dying naturally because of her heart, and Buffy blamed herself even though there was nothing she could have done about it. You could really tell that Anya felt bad about what she did to the guys at the frat house, which was send a spider demon to kill them. I felt really bad for Anya when she asked Hoffman to reverse the spell that she cast, and that she knows that the cost of that is the death of a vengeance demon, and she thinks she's gonna die, but then to Hoffren summons Anya's demon friend Halfrek and kills her. It was funny when Buffy was talking to RJ about him and Dawn, and then when he put his jacket on, Buffy suddenly attracted to him, because there's a spell on his jacket that makes girls fall in love with him. Even though it's RJ's jacket that makes girls fall in love with him, I did feel really sorry for Dawn when she saw Buffy with RJ. I liked seeing Xander and Spike work together when they went to talk to RJ's brother and found out that the jacket could be the reason the girls are falling in love with RJ. It was interesting to see just how far Buffy, Willow, Anya, and Dawn were willing to go to prove their love for RJ. Buffy planned to kill the principal, Willow was going to cast a spell to turn RJ into a woman, Anya robbed a bank, and Dawn was willing to get run over by a train until Buffy saved her. I felt really sorry for Willow when she was talking to who she thought was the ghost of Cassie, and Cassie is telling her all these things that she says are coming from Tara, but then when Cassie tells her to kill herself, Willow knows that it's not Tara and asks, "What are you?" and it's revealed that Willow was talking to the first in the form of Cassie. It was really funny when Anya was searching Spike's room and he wakes up and asks her what she's doing, and as an excuse she tells him that she wants to sleep with him again. I liked when Buffy took Spike back to her house and told her friends that in order to learn more about the new villain, they have to keep Spike close, since it seems like whatever they're up against is bothering Spike the most. I really liked the whole good cop, bad cop thing that Xander and Anya had going on while they were questioning Andrew. It was a really powerful scene when Spike told Buffy to kill him because he's done some terrible things in the past and knows what he could do if he got out of his chains, but Buffy told Spike that she believes in him. It was funny when Buffy and Dawn ran into the principal Robin in the high school basement, and Buffy and Dawn and Robin himself were making excuses about what they were doing. You could definitely tell Buffy was shocked when she staked the Uber vampire and it didn't turn to dust. I really liked the scene when Buffy told everyone that if the first wants an apocalypse, they're going to give it one, and I liked when she said that they're more powerful than the evil. It was a pretty big twist when it was revealed that the first was pretending to be one of the potential slayers to get them to turn against Buffy. I felt really bad for Anya when she told Giles that it was because her, Willow, Tara, and Xander brought Buffy back that was causing the first to come after them. I liked how Buffy fought and defeated the Uber vampire in front of the potential slayers, kind of like a demonstration, and she told them that what will come next will be hard, but if they all do their part, they will be the ones left standing. I liked that Buffy showed the potential slayers what to do when fighting a vampire, and Spike helped. You could tell Dawn was really worried about what Buffy would think if she found out that Dawn was a potential slayer after Willow's spell tells Dawn that she is. I really liked the moment when Dawn realized that Amanda was the potential slayer and it wasn't her, but you could also tell that she felt left out, so I liked the things that Xander was saying to her. I thought it was really cute that Kennedy pretended to be sick so she could spend time with Willow, and I really liked the conversation that they had. It was nice to see how concerned Buffy was about what was going on with Spike's chip. I really liked that Kennedy wanted to help Willow after Willow turned into Warren after kissing Kennedy. It was very clear that Willow was concerned that she was becoming Warren, and I understand why she was worried, but I also thought that what she said to Kennedy was a little unfair. I mean, she was just trying to help. I thought it was really funny when Dawn, Anya, Xander, and Andrew tackled Giles because they thought he was the first, but then when they realized they could touch him, they knew he wasn't. The scene in the yard when Willow was blaming herself for Tara's death was really emotional, and I really liked how Kennedy kissed Willow, which made her turn into Willow and not Warren. You could tell that when Robin told Buffy that his mother was a slayer, that she never thought that she could ever have children because of being the slayer. I really liked the twist where you thought that Andrew was going to do what the first in the form of Jonathan wanted him to do, which was kill the potential slayers, but then the first realizes that Andrew is wired and Willow, Dawn, Kennedy, and Amanda are listening. It was a really sweet moment when Spike told Buffy that he should leave before the first gets a chance to use him against Buffy, and Buffy told him to stay because she wasn't ready for him not to be there. I know that the things Buffy said to everyone after Chloe hung herself were harsh, but at the same time, they did need to hear it. I thought it was really funny when Andrew was filming everyone in a documentary-like fashion. I thought it was really cute when Xander and Anya told each other that they still loved each other, but also sad when they said that they weren't sure if that meant anything anymore. I really liked the scene when Buffy made Andrew believe that she was going to kill him because she needed his blood to close the seal, but she wasn't going to kill him, she just needed his tears to close the seal. It was really sweet to see Spike's relationship with his mother when he was still human, and it was sad to see that he turned her into a vampire and then later killed her. I really liked the scene when Buffy realized that Giles is just trying to distract her so Robin can kill Spike because Spike killed his mother, and so she goes to Robin's house to stop it. I thought it was a really powerful scene when Buffy told Robin that if he tried anything with Spike again, Spike would kill him, and Buffy would let him. It was a really funny scene between Faith, Spike, and Buffy when Faith was getting caught up in all the things she missed when she was gone. Example, Spike fighting on the good side. You could tell Buffy was a little jealous when she walked in on Faith and Spike talking to each other. I really liked how Xander stood up for Buffy in front of the potential slayers, and I thought it was nice that Buffy and Faith were there to hear it. Seeing Caleb put his thumb in Xander's eye was pretty gruesome and disturbing. I really liked how the potential slayers and Dawn helped Faith with the police that were after her. I felt really bad for Buffy when everyone turned on her and wanted Faith to be the leader, and I also felt bad for her when Dawn told her to leave the house, but at the same time I did understand where everyone was coming from. I really liked when Spike came back to the house and found out that everyone caused Buffy to leave. He had a good point that they betrayed Buffy, and I was glad that he went out to look for Buffy. I felt really bad for Faith when the First, in the form of the mayor, told her that Buffy will always see Faith as a killer. I really liked the scene between Faith and Robin when they were talking about their visits from the First, and I liked when Robin told Faith that he thinks she's a good leader. They have pretty good chemistry. I thought Caleb's reaction to Buffy pulling the scythe out of the rock was really funny. He clearly didn't expect for her to be that strong. I really liked the scene when the potential slayers told Buffy that following Faith was the reason they got attacked by the Uber vampires, and I liked how Buffy told them that it was a trap and it wasn't Faith's fault, and it could have easily happened if they were following Buffy. I thought it was really funny when Xander chloroformed Dawn to take her away from the fighting because Buffy asked him to, and then when she woke up, she tasered Xander and then drove back. I really liked the conversation between Buffy and Faith about being a slayer. It was really nice to see them getting along again. I really liked when Spike told Buffy that the night they spent together when she got kicked out of the house was the best night of his life. I really liked that Angel was there when Buffy defeated Caleb, and I thought it was really funny when Angel said that he missed watching this. You could tell Spike was jealous when he saw Buffy and Angel kissing. It was really funny when Angel was saying that he started the whole having a soul thing before it was cool when Buffy told him that Spike had a soul. I really liked how Buffy told Spike that Angel told her that the amulet was meant to be worn by a champion, and then she gave it to Spike. It was really funny when it looked like Giles and Xander were going over a plan, but they were actually playing a board game with Andrew and Amanda. It was really funny when Buffy, Willow, and Xander were talking about going to the mall the next day after the fighting, and Giles said, "The Earth is definitely doomed." I'm pretty sure something like that happened at the end of Season 1, or at the end of Season 2. It was a great scene when Willow cast the spell that made every girl in the world who might be a slayer, and because of that spell, all the potential slayers became actual slayers, and they were able to have the strength to fight the army of Uber vampires. It was really sad when Xander was running around and yelling and looking for Anya, and he can't find her, but the audience of the show can see her body. It was a really emotional scene when Spike felt his soul and is going to sacrifice himself, and before she leaves, Buffy tells him that she loves him, and Spike says, "No you don't, but thanks for saying it." It was funny when Andrew told Xander that Anya died saving his life, and Xander said, "That's my girl, always doing the stupid thing." It was a funny scene when it looked like Robin was dead and Faith looked sad, and then he woke up and said, "Surprise." He did tell her he wanted to surprise her. It was really funny when Giles said that they have a lot of work to do, and Faith asked if she can push him into the hole that used to be Sunnydale, and Willow told her that she has her vote, and then Faith said that she wants to sleep for a week. I really liked how the show ended with Dawn asking Buffy, what are they gonna do now? And the camera just pans into Buffy's face and she smiles. Thanks for watching, guys! Now, this is the last season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so this would be my last review on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. However, there are comic books that take place after Season 7, and the comic books are considered Season 8, and I haven't decided if I'm going to read the comic books or not, but if I did, would you want me to make videos about them? If you do, let me know in the comments. Bye!